UFC's featherweight division has grown tired and slow-moving. Unquestionable dominance from the champion has been the status quo for some time. But with a battle-worn king with eyes on another throne, it seems fate has stretched out its hand to the division's most dangerous contender. Today, we'll be taking a look at the rise and dominance of Ilia Topuria and why he might be the man to usurp Alexander Volkanovski as UFC featherweight champion. Born in Germany to Georgian parents, Ilia Topuria would begin training at just 7 years old. At age 15, the family moved to Spain, where he quickly dropped out of school and began feverishly training every aspect of mixed martial arts, and it quickly paid off. Making his professional debut at just 18 years old, El Matador would immediately display the poise and focus of a man 10 years his senior, picking up 7 submission wins in a row, almost all in the first round. Topuria cemented himself as a nasty, up-and-coming grappler and earned a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt in the process. It wouldn't be until his 8th bout against South African fighter Steven Goncalves that we get to see arguably the most dangerous aspect of Topuria's game, his crisp hands.
Some more blood. He needs to get his black off, not can't.
Oh, he gets caught!
Such a thunderous knockout rarely goes unnoticed in the world of MMA, and Topuria would make his UFC debut 11 months later, stepping in on short notice to fight Youssef Zalal. At just 23 years old, Topuria would demonstrate his bold mix of confidence and craftiness, using cerebral cage generalship and dynamic grappling to wear his opponent out, winning the bout by unanimous decision.
Zalal backed up against the fence. Oh! There's the knee. Oh! Called for in the corner. There's the knee. But it offered a level change.
Won it, but once he didn't have it, they wanted him to just kick off and disengage. But another takedown.
Zalal's been like Teflon. Oh, there's that flying switch knee, but it was caught by... And there it is.
And while there would be more impressive displays to come, Topuria proved that he wouldn't fold or bend under the bright lights of the UFC, even on 10 days' notice. After picking up the win in his UFC debut, it was time for the world to see what the Georgian could do with a full camp. So 2 months later, Topuria would fight Damon Jackson, and he didn't disappoint. From the sound of the opening bell, you can see how he got the nickname El Matador. After continually ripping to the body, Topuria would finally hit a home run, cracking Jackson with a textbook right hook and send him crashing to the mat.
These interviews on his own. See, he knows he wants to be able to come over
He's
here.
just unloading on Damon Jackson right now. Those body shots have now officially now set up the headshot. It's all over.
The walk-off KO. Ilia El Matador Topuria.
Your body work is something that we don't really see in MMA a lot, you know, just ripping punch to the body. Is that something you feel is missing in this sport?
Like I said before, I like the Canelo style, the body shots. I was watching him since I was a kid, you know, and I tried to copy him.
Do you feel you're one of the strongest, most powerful punchers in that division?
Yeah, of course. I'm young. I have a lot of things for improve, and I'm the next champion, you know.
What are some of the names that are on your radar that you would like to challenge yourself with in the cage?
The only man who means something for me, it's the man who has the belt, you know. I don't care about anyone else, you know. I just want a man who has the belt, and anyone, I don't care. I want to fight with anyone. I was waiting for the Bono in my first fight, but this time I want my Bono, you know. My fight Bono. I want my fight bonus. Hey, translated, how?
Yeah.
Translated.
My bonus, 50
My
G.
50 Gs, yeah. I want my 50
You
Gs.
deserve it.
Yeah, thank you so much, my man.
7 months later, the universe would offer Topuria another gift, the opportunity to fight on a Conor McGregor card and receive all the attention that comes with it. His opponent, Ryan Hall, would be a huge step up for Topuria. 12 years his senior, Hall is a dangerous submission artist with a truly unique style and had an 8-fight win streak to boot. It seems someone forgot to mention any of that to Topuria. Unlike Hall's previous opponents, the Georgian had little respect for anything Hall had to offer. Topuria walked through spinning wheel attempts and largely refused to bite on any of Hall's random rolls or heel hook attempts. With 15 seconds left in the round, Topuria's patience wore thin, and he decided to smash Hall with brutal ground and pound until the referee stopped the fight.
100%. The way he's diving, Imanari roll type situation, it's a wild way to approach the legs. See, look, it's almost like play up assassin, right? And the timing is so odd. Like, look at this. Like, he just falls down. Oh, there it is. Nice hammer. Big shot. Oh, big shot. He might be.
The ease in which Topuria got the finish garnered a lot of attention and introduced the wider fan base to the no-nonsense brutality of Ilia Topuria. With the rest of the sport put firmly on notice, Topuria would enter 2022 with a nice amount of buzz around his name. Unfortunately for Ilia, a dangerous weight cut would lead to the cancellation of his bout against Mosvar Evloyev at UFC 270, and Topuria wouldn't compete until March, this time at 155 pounds. His opponent? 6'1" British fighter Jai Herbert. Would the size of Herbert be too much for the 5'7" Topuria? The first minute certainly made it seem that way, with Herbert dropping Topuria with a stunning lead leg head kick.
He has the speed advantage.
Oh! No way! How tough is Topuria?
By some miracle, Topuria weathered the storm and put his grappling skills to good use, stalling any more punishment and giving himself time to recover. Yet by the end of the round, the two men were exchanging blows once more, with Herbert landing a stunning knee that sent Ilia's mouthpiece flying. Barely surviving the round, Topuria would attempt to regain his composure in the second.
On him, can't get a hold of the legs.
Topuria threw a hard left hook to the liver and immediately followed it up with his trademark right hook.
Congratulations on that incredible round 2 knockout. Talk us through the finish, because a rough first round and then you came back for that incredible finish in the second.
I had a tough first round. I was surprised because he was really fast. But in the second round, I take his head off. That's all I remember. So I want to stay active this year. I want to make 3-4 fights. So maybe in June, July, I will be ready.
With his hype train chugging along nicely, it was time for Ilia to cap off a great year with his first real name, the Southern Assassin, Bryce Mitchell. The two men shared many similarities, just a few years between them in age, both hungry for success in the featherweight division, and both entering the bout with undefeated professional records. From the sounds of the first horn, Topuria's level of focus was apparent, using dynamic head movement, tactical pressure, and explosive combinations to tire Mitchell out, though Mitchell is no pushover and didn't seem overly bothered by the relentless focus of the Georgian.
In round 1.
By the second round, this proved to be a mistake. Topuria was consistently landing beautiful combinations and dropped Mitchell with an uppercut followed by a hook.
I think he got stung. Oh, big uppercut. Oh, he got hurt.
Knocks Mitchell down.
I think this is a mistake. Going to the ground with Bryce Mitchell when you heard him standing up.
Crafty grappling and an impressive slam ultimately set up the ending of the fight, with Topuria sinking in an arm triangle to hand Bryce Mitchell his first professional loss.
Still to go, round 2.
Knee on the belly. Topuria is in excellent shape. It's really,
like an arm triangle.
Goodness, look at this.
Still undefeated.
Wow.
Ilia Topuria submits
Oh my
Bryce
this.
Mitchell. Wow.
With a win earning Topuria his second performance of the night bonus in a row.
5-0 now. How good does that feel?
So I feel I'm amazing, you know, I feel blessed. I put so much in this training camp, and the hard work at the end of the day is pay off, you know.
Bryce is, I think, the only guy that's been able to get you to the ground. Were you concerned at all that he was able to do that, or not at all?
No, not at all. I was not thinking that he will be able to take me down. But at the end of the day, it's a fight, you know. Yeah. Things like this happen. But the most important is that I get that W, so who cares?
But could he continue the streak? At 13-0 and nearly the top of the division, Topuria would have to face one more opponent before his shot at UFC Gold. Arguably, the most dangerous and underrated gatekeeper in the division, and number 5 in the rankings, Josh Emmett. A man who needs no introduction to the hardcore fans of the sport. Emmett's power defies all logic and reason, and his highlight reel proves he can knock out any fighter at any moment. When they finally faced off in the octagon, Topuria got to work immediately, pressuring Emmett and landing clean combinations. It was clear that Topuria intended to spend much of the first round chopping away at the lead leg of Emmett, likely hoping to take some of the pop out of his punches. It was a wise move. After continuing to fire pot shots and calf kicks, Topuria came alive in the final minute of the second round, landing a blinding combination and countering Emmett effortlessly.
Work on that lead leg of Emmett, 90 seconds to go in the round.
Is beat up.
Heavy. Huge combination for the Spaniard.
La verdad que yo supe que iba a alcanzar todos mis sueños.
Heavy shots Bottom shot coming.
No fue necesario.
See that slide step?
Soy el líder natural, listo para todo como un general. Soy un maceo, te voy a liberar. Te juro que bien forrado los paquetes van. There's nothing but gas.
Retreat, yet still throwing a bomb to try to turn the tide.
Oh my goodness, these are
different to the fakes. You see how Topuria can slide in and slide out. In this case, I respect Emmett at all times.
Oh my goodness.
Right.
An IFB.
IFB, yeah.
Look at the fakes, how he's moved his shoulders side to side. The fire trying to finish headed to Topuria. He's not stepping off the gas. Look at he's staying in the pocket.
Oh my goodness.
Nasty hook.
Oh.
It's 2 in this.
He
can control the last 10 minutes behind the jab, back.
Early rounds, he's not forcing.
Oh, that hurt. Fight. And
a big right hand.
A beautiful uppercut from Topuria put an exclamation mark on round 4, with Emmett barely surviving into the 4th round. By this point, it was clear that Topuria was the far more advanced boxer.
Body shots from Topuria.
Emmett is still going. Topuria's just gonna find his shot though.
That uppercut was heavy.
And Emmett's still throwing back to the canvas.
He's going to ground and pound instead of the submission.
Chasing a finish late round 4.
The toughness of Emmett.
Emmett survived.
Getting older in the game, and he's gonna keep trying.
He can still knock you out. Have to give him the 5th round to let everything hang out, and he's doing it. With this older guys, you gotta let us fight.
Than any that has landed prior.
Some tough dudes up there.
Now calling for that level change. And again, that educated guard of Topuria.
Taking patience. Look how patient he is. Look at the timing.
Elbow.
Throw the flag.
Yep, and if he wins, I wouldn't mind seeing him fight out.
All right, that'll do it.
A beautiful performance from Topuria that proved that he can outsmart and outwork even the elite of the elite at 145 pounds.
You fight at a level that is far beyond your age. Where did you develop this?
So I showed once again that no one can match my level of skill inside the cage. I prove it all the time I step inside the cage, and I prove it once again tonight. I'm the next guy, without any doubt. I come what deserves to me, which is to be the #1, to take that UFC belt,
and I want Alex to defend that belt and show to him and the whole world where his war's gonna end and mine's gonna start. So
Ilia Topuria's rise to the top of featherweight has been nothing short of exhilarating. Undoubtedly, a breath of fresh air in the division, Topuria's no-nonsense grappling style and incredibly snappy counterpunching has made him a must-watch. It's clear, we're not just looking at a future champion, but a possible double champion. However, what lies before him is a puzzle that no one at 145 pounds has been able to solve. Alexander Volkanovski can match any man at any discipline and has the accolades to prove it. Will this be too much for the 26-year-old Topuria? Or will he showcase the talent of a new generation of mixed martial artists? Only time will tell.